Howdy folks, we are here to talk about the huge parking lot sale that's going on this weekend right now, June 7th, 8th, and 9th. Well, okay, I already know that this video is coming out the 8th, so we're just going to go through a few items quick and pros, cons, what I've heard, what's good, what's bad. So, the jacks. I've had the Pittsburgh 2-ton now for, wow, gotta be at least 3 years now. So, and that served me very well, and I lift my truck with it every time I need to. I would like to get upgraded to the Daytona, but I want... This is where it gets weird with the Daytonas. The orange, green, black ones, they only go up to 20 inches, but that yellow one, the yellow one, is the one that I really want, the one that goes up to 23 inches. Because I've already got the 2-ton that does 21, and yeah, if I'm going to upgrade, I'm going to upgrade. Pressure washers, some people have had good luck with them. Some people say they're a fire hazard. From what I'm understanding, the new ones, this design is pretty good design. It doesn't have the problems like the old ones do. With the 30-inch 5-door mechanics cart, I have to give it a thumbs up because, hey, this video is being shot in it shot in the blue one. The camera tripod actually is on the folding side table for this, so it does a very nice job. It's very well built, including the side table if you buy the extra side table to go with it. So it's a really good deal. Buy it if you need just something to start off with. Going down the list. Mechanics gloves. They're okay, but for me, I usually just wear metalworking gloves anyway, so they seem to last longer for me. It's just my preference. The 20 fluid ounce HVLP gun. They have it on coupon in the catalogs for $9.99. Parking lot sale $8.99. I wish I would have known about the parking lot sale sooner because I did buy it. But that makes me tempted to go buy another one just so that I can do paint, primer in one shot, not have to clean the gun, you know. So what else? Oh, the batteries. If you just need batteries, they don't have to be killer power draw off of them. Yeah, they're great batteries for that, you know. But don't think that you're going to be able to recharge them because they don't recharge. Just take my word on that one. You can try, but they just... Okay. The 3-piece curved locking jaw pliers set. Probably would not get this brand of Harbor Freight if you're actually having to use these for anything more than a passing glance use. Just my whole thing with them. I've really had luck with them. So, tarps, you can't go wrong with tarps. They got some pretty good tarps over there at Harbor Freight. The folding sawhorse, I hear nothing but bad stories about, where they can barely support their own weight, so you might want to just stay away from them. So, let's come down to the bottom. The winch. The winch is great. You can do anything you want up to that 12,000 pound weight limit with it if you've got it properly mounted and you've got a big enough battery to run it. So, keep that in mind. The flip light, the light switch light, these are great for those areas where you don't want to run power or can't run power, because they've got the little stickies on the back, the Velcro stickies, so you can stick them on things, and when the batteries do eventually die, you can unvelcro them and replace batteries, stick them back up. They're nice. The 2 inverter generators, I've been hearing that they're pretty good. They have a low crib depth, essentially. So, if you're into inverter generators, please put it in the comments. Make the rest of us understand why the heck the Hondas are worth 3 times the price. 3 or 4 times the price. I've really never understood that myself. Okay, let's go to this page in the back. Okay, let's start at the top. Now, I've been hearing nothing but good things about either one of these welders, the Titanium or the Vulcan. They do compete out with what they say they are competing out with. There have even been, if you watch other YouTube channels, there's actually YouTubers that have taken these apart and they're like, how the heck is Harbor Freight even selling these for this price? So keep that in mind, that, you know, and personally, for what I would do, I'd probably go with the 200, the Titanium, just because where it would sit in my arsenal, it would fill the void a little bit better than the Omni Pro. Although I'm still looking out for that spool gun that they keep talking about for it. So, because I do a lot of aluminum work. Everybody seems to want aluminum work done these days. So, the generators, nothing but good things, and they've take a beating and keep on ticking like a Timex, which is awesome. Now, the 26-inch, 22 by 20, the 26 by 22 single bank extra deep cabinet. From what I'm looking at with these seem to be fairly good quality, and in some ways the old Craftsman style quality, in that they have the thick gauge metals and the good roller slides, something that you could feel confident putting your tools in. That's just me. Flashlights. For 10 bucks, buy that one. You won't be sorry. Harbor Freight actually does put their own batteries in these flashlights. I own this one personally myself. I've had it for about a month now. Yes, it does eat batteries on high really well, but you will blind someone if you've got this, even with it in flood mode. So keep that in mind. Okay, yeah, security light, you know. Heck, that's hardwired. Yeah, some people might buy it. I probably would see if they got a battery powered one, just so that when the power goes out you can actually see where the heck you're walking down your sidewalk. That's just me though. Okay, hose rails. Actually, this is a pretty good deal. I've been looking at, for a friend of mine, just the reel, not the reel and hose. And ironically, the reels can cost $55 alone. So for $55, you're getting the reel and the hose. It's a no-brainer. Buy it. I mean, heck, when the hose starts leaking, unbolt the hose, put a new hose on. I mean, you at this price, you're essentially buying the reel, getting the hose free. Okay, that's the way I kind of look at it. So, oh, and the welding helmet. Oh, I keep forgetting the welding helmet. It's all personal preference on what do you like. Do you want the bigger viewing area? Do you want it to do certain things? It's all personal preference. For a starter helmet, this might be a good option for you. Don't quote me on it, but hey, I've ran the Lincoln helmet now for well over 5 years. Tortured the hell out of it and melted it in several places, and the Lincoln helmet for me is held up. I don't have the new Force C technology in mind, but that's another story. Okay, I've actually been to the sale without the ad. I just went there, and you're gonna see this in another video that I'll be posting later on. The 4 by 36 inch belt and 6-inch disc sander. I felt that for a belt and disc sander, it's a decent price. I just put it together while the camera was recharging. So sorry I'm not going to get video me putting it together, but it went together pretty good. The guard on the back here is plastic, just FYI. And the guide, I can't remember what the heck it's called, on the table is made out of plastic as well. And the one thing I've noticed right off the bat with it is that it doesn't do a perfect 90, it only goes to 60. So if you're looking for real high quality, you might want to go somewhere else. But the whole thing is that if you're looking at it as a knock-around unit, you know, you don't need precision, you just need it to sand. For 60 bucks you can't go wrong. As long as the blooming thing turns on and doesn't start on fire. But that's the story. The 1.5 ton aluminum floor jack. My neighbor's got one. He loves it. He's been wanting me to buy one. I just guess for me, I've not found a real need for one, because, yeah. Infrared thermometer. It's great for checking on motors, making sure that the back end and the front end are generally the same temperature. You know, and other things. I mean, your oven goes haywire. You know if it goes haywire if you've got one of these babies. So, 100-watt solar panel kit. Yeah, something to play around with. Start you off. It ain't gonna, you know, power your house, but it'll help you play around. Okay. Yes. Okay. 3100 psi pressure washer ice. Now, okay, they're comparing it to the Honda at 600 bucks, or you could get the Predator for 330. Up to you. I mean, knowing the quality of these motors, you probably get just as long a life out of this thing as you would the Honda. I guess it's all up to your personal preference. I really have no idea about these, the electrics. Please comment down below if you know anything about them. The 30-inch 4-drawer tech cart. Now this is where it gets a little weird. To me, I went up to it and I just did the bending maneuver, and it bent a heck of a lot more than this one. It just feels like it's made of a little bit thinner material. So for toughness, you're probably better off with the 5-drawer, but the 4-drawer will probably do you just as good. Although the 5-drawer, you get that extra drawer. Okay. 2-ton capacity folding shop crane. Well, these are great for not just pulling motors out. You can actually pull a lot of stuff out of the back of your truck with one of these if you get the 2-ton. If you get the 1-ton, they don't have enough reach on the arm to get it much out. So, because I mean, at 89 inches, what the heck would that be? Divide that by 12, 7 feet or something like that. 7, 8 feet. So, and, you know, I have one. I've got the old Laren one. But, if you can find the old Laren ones, they're probably the better way to go. But if you need one today, go buy it. Now, there's been this thing about the Bauer line being their middle road line of cordless tools. Some of the Bauer tools I've seen in the stores could be more on the prosumer, but I also see where they're coming from, where it is their middle of the road tool. But for someone that is needing to do it more as a hobbyist, then yeah, you probably want that. Now, if you're going for weekend warrior, you're going to want to move up in the world. So just keep that in mind. That they do sell other lines like the Earthquake brand electric tools, which probably, if you're going for weekend warrior status, that's the way to go over the Bauer. But if you're looking at hobbyist, that's probably your better bet to go for price wise is the Bauer. Circ saws don't do much woodworking, so can't comment on them. Oil-free air compressors. Okay, the big thing with the oil-frees is that they do apparently die a lot. Well, okay, fine. Oh, nice 60-inch hardwood workbench with 4 drawers. I've seen this in the stores and been thinking, what could I do with it? And my automotive mind starts wandering, and then I start looking at other workbenches they got around the store. But I think it's a great workbench for you craftsman type people out there. Automotive, yeah, you could do it. I just keep worrying about how that bench is going to look after 2 years. But that's your decision. 32-piece fully polished SAEN metric combination wrench set. It skips sizes, so for me, unless it's got the sizes you need, pass on it. Not for quality's sake, it's just for the fact that they skip sizes. That one big size I need is an 18. Does not come with. 3/8 50-foot hose. Goodbye. I have had mine out in the rain for 2 years now, and it has held up flawlessly. Half-inch 25-inch breaker bar. Bought one. Have yet to use it. So, but from the feel and the quality of it, Looks like, feels like a good unit, and most of the time, if this thing's gonna break, it's gonna be like the Craftsman ones where the head breaks right off of it. Hardwood dollies. These are good. They do very good. Got a set of them. Okay. On to the back page. The 21-gallon oil-free vertical air compressor. Now, this is different than the red one we saw on the last page. This is their mid-range compressor. This is what they would call the good compressor, not the best. Now, how do they do that? Oh, better, sorry. Better compressor. Now, why would you want to buy an oil-free compressor? Goes back to if you're doing that. If you're doing anything with that, you want to have clean, dry air lines. You want to have an oil-free compressor because, sure, you could go out and buy this 21-gallon compressor for 160 bucks and think, oh, I'm going to save myself 40 bucks, but when you put this into the mix, this changes everything, folks, because you do not want oil coming in through your airline. That is what messes up your paint job. So, you buy the oil lube compressor for your air tools, not your air pneumatic paint guns. And to have a proper air system, air filtration system, put on one of these is going to cost you more than what one of these is costing you. Okay? Because this $159.99 compressor, to get that gun to work properly, you're probably going to be looking at $120 to have a proper air filtration system on that compressor to run that gun. Fans. Fans are great, especially when you're in a smoky area or when you are welding. You kind of want to have it off to your side so that it keeps the heavy metals away from your face, because not a lot of people think about it, but when you're welding, there's a lot of heavy metals in the air. Chromium, zinc, nickel, molybdenum, you know. And that's not including all of, if you're using a shielding gas, your argon and your CO2. Okay. 4.5-inch angle grinder. Good buy if you're using it for light duty use. Flux core welder. The only reason I could come up with why you would want to buy this is, number one, if you're on it, or if you need something that you don't care about. You need something that you can take on the trails, and if it falls off the back of your off-road rig and kind of gets crushed, you don't have to cry about it. So, 46-inch mobile storage cabinet, solid wood top, for 200 bucks. Have been looking at that. So, Drill bits. They're pretty good, but they are not reduced shank, so that you do have to have a half-inch drive chuck on your drill. Click type torque wrenches. Just buy one. If you don't have one, it's better than nothing. 3.5 cubic foot cement mixer. You can buy one of these, mix all your concrete, turn around and sell it for 80 bucks on Craigslist, and probably come out ahead versus going and renting one. Mechanic shop towels. Cannot go wrong with having some shop towels around. Ratcheting tie-down straps. Come on. They're ratcheting tie-down straps, folks. Just if you need them, buy them. They're not meant for heavy loads. They're only meant for 400 pounds. I'd really only use them for 200, but that's my opinion. Floodlights. Floodlights, I think they're all made in the same factory in China, so if you go on Amazon and you find it cheaper, go ahead. But if you're not willing to wait for Amazon to ship it to you, go down to the Harbor Freight and buy one. Because I bet you they're same quality as anybody else. The old Drill Master stuff, the entry level. The Drill Master and the Warrior. The NiCad batteries actually do live a long time, so gotta give kudos for that. The Warrior, if you're into the entry level lithium ion, if it's any good like the Drill Master, go for it. TV swivel mount. That looks like a nice thing to have, but it only goes up to a 42-inch TV, so keep that in mind. For 10 bucks, I don't think you could go wrong on that. The 13-piece half-inch drive impact socket set. If you need impact sockets, just get them, because I mean, I haven't had any problems with them. And I've run in my life everything from a Snap-on to one of these, and they work just great. So, thanks for looking at the parking lot sale this weekend with me. Please comment, rate, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.